Hey, what is going on, guys? It's DK. Back at you with another video here to bring the 3-game NBA preseason slate on Tuesday. Before I get into the video, if you guys are new to the channel, my name is DK. I make daily videos breaking out NBA, NFL, PGA, esports, daily fantasy sports slates. I want to thank you guys again for the continued support. It has been insane these last few days. We hit over 600 concurrent viewers on the live stream. So thank you guys. If you enjoy all this free content, would really appreciate if you leave a like button on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you don't want to upload videos you don't want to go live. Also, if you guys cannot watch these videos, I do upload on Apple Podcasts. The link is in the description below. It's the DK DFS show. But with that out of the way, let's jump into the video. Before we talk about players and their prices for this 3-game slate, let's take a look back at my lineup here from Monday. So Monday, I was this close to the takedown. Let's go over my lineup. Nunn, Hero, Hart, Giannis, Zion, NAW, Portis, and Luka Doncic. So really the one letdown, obviously, there was Bobby Portis. Didn't have as good of a game as he did the first time out. I needed one more shift from him. They didn't bring him back in the fourth. If I play PJ Washington over him, one of the guys that mentioned it at a similar price, that he's my favorite Charlotte Hornet, I win this GPP. But that's it is what it is, right? Other pieces in my lineups, again, I was really high on the Pelicans guys. Well, let's go over my core. It was Nunn, Hero, Giannis, and Zion. So, yeah, Giannis should have been 100% owned. Same thing with Zion. He was just way too cheap. Those two were just free squares, in my opinion. With Nunn and Hero, so they weren't bad, but we got a little unlucky here. Hero in the third quarter got injured, did not come back in, got poked in the eye. Kendrick Nunn shot the ball terribly. I think he finished, 3 of 14. He was 0 of 6 from 3. So, man, if Nunn just shoots the ball a little bit better, if Hero gets the extra last few minutes there, it doesn't come out in the third quarter, I feel like I have a really good shot. So a couple different ways I could have got there. The one, I did fade Ingram, who played really well, but it was just I wanted to get Luka in there. Because I felt like he'd be a lot lower owned. He was only 28% owned. So that's kind of the stand I took. I obviously knew it was a risk. Ingram was a guy I was high on. You can't fit everyone. So Ingram, I think, finished at 46. Luka, 43. NAW, it's always NAW season. He finished at 25. And then Hart was fine, 25 again. I was really hammering down play, at least 2 Pelicans. I went with Hart, NAW, and Zion. But again, Ingram played really well. Lonzo was solid for his price. So that's a look back there. Again, was really, really close in the slam to taking it down. And also, I mentioned this on Twitter. We went over in the live stream, but I saw Chris Silva was 20% owned in the slam. I couldn't believe it because, we got the news that Bam was starting, and Chris Silva didn't play. So I don't know what people are seeing there, but like I said, there's still an edge. Like, if people are going to play players that are not going to play, and they're going to be 20% owned in a high dollar contest, then there is still a pretty big edge. Like we said a couple days ago with the Lakers, right? THT 50% owned, Kuzma 20% owned on that 8-man rotation. Got to take advantage of this. I know we've had, I should say last night we had a viewer take down the big tournament, won $12,000. It's been a really, really good season. Let's see if we can keep it going for this 3-game slate. So let's start with Boston and Philly. Boston, both these teams we have not seen yet. If we look at the Celtics' first preseason game last year, the minutes were kind of spread out, right? No one played more than 23 minutes. Tatum playing the most. The thing is, they only have 2 preseason games. Same thing with the 76ers. So I think the starters will get some decent run in this one. Hopefully we get some clarity before lock, but I would guess probably mid-20s minutes for these Boston starters. That's my best guess. Again, we will get some confirmation tomorrow, hopefully. Injury news, we have Kemba out, Tristan Thompson out. Tice is questionable with a knee. Don't expect him to go, but we'll see. So of the top guys here for Boston, we have Tatum at 8'3", Brown at 6'9", then Smart at 6'5", Teague at 4'9". With Tatum and Brown definitely in play. Again, this is right now, slightly dependent on what Boston does with the news or Boston does with the minutes, also on what some of these other teams do, right? We don't really know definitively what teams are going to do with the minutes. So at the moment, like if we knew Tatum and Brown were going to get over 30 minutes, then I would have a lot more interest. So yeah, this one, again, will kind of be a wait and see with the Boston Celtics since we haven't seen them yet so far in the preseason. Smart at 6'5", I'll probably pass. He did have a nice postseason, but I think I would rather just get to Brown for a little bit more or Tatum for a couple $1,000s more. Jeff Teague's at 4'9", so he should fill in with the starting unit when Kemba's out. This price is somewhat cheap for him. So, if we're going to get, again, like 25, 30 minutes out of Jeff Teague, I think that makes for a pretty nice value play. You could look to even the rookie. I think they're going to want to give Peyton Pritchard, the rookie guard, some decent run. He's at 4.4K, potential value there. Also, Robert Williams, an amazing point per minute guy. It was just, like I said, with Cantor, the same thing. You never knew if he was even going to play. If he did play, didn't play a ton. There's no Cantor. They still have a couple other guys you can use. They have Taco Fall. I don't know if he'll play much, Taco season. But yeah, Robert Williams is the guy that, if he gets like 15 minutes, he get absolutely crushed. So definitely someone I'm looking to. Again, he's like a Chris Boucher, like a Bobby Portis, a Harry Giles-esque. He's just a really, really good point per minute guy. Other options on Boston, maybe Taco at the min price. I think, let's see, how many minutes did he play in their game last year in the first season game? I think Taco got 8 minutes. Robert Williams got 10, but the Cantor was still there, and Cantor played 20. So I expect some decent run here from Robert Williams, especially if Tice is out. And then, maybe potentially a guy like Taco Fall could be in play. So, there's a lot of viable plays, definitely, dependent on news for these Boston Celtics. On the Philadelphia side, again, kind of the same thing. Wait and see. We haven't seen them yet this year. Last year in the first preseason game, we got starters minutes, low to mid 20s. Tobias at 26, Horford at 22, Jay Rich 25, Ben Simmons 23. Embiid, I don't think played in that one. So Joel Embiid at 7.9K. He is, if I knew Joel Embiid was going to play 25 minutes, I would just play him and move on. He is just such a good point per minute guy. With Boston missing Tristan Thompson, potential Daniel Tice. He could be up against Robert Williams, Grant Williams, Taco Fall. So, really like Embiid, but we got to monitor the news. He is someone that, they seem to take it easy on a bit with minutes, even in the regular season. So this will be something to keep an eye on. But like I said, if we get mid 20s minutes from Embiid, he should absolutely crush. So really, really do like him if he does get the time. Ben Simmons, don't mind him either. Another guy that stuffs the stat sheet. Probably doesn't have as much upside as Embiid, but might play a few more minutes. So I have interest in both the 76er studs with Embiid, with Ben Simmons. Tobias at 7K is playable. I probably would prefer Embiid, would prefer Ben Simmons. I just like the upside a little bit more. Tobias at times, not all the times, but at times can be a little bit score independent, can stand in the corner. I mean, there are games where he will get double-digit rebounds, but when Simmons and Embiid are both out there, he at times takes a backseat offensively. I'm not looking to Danny Green at 5'8". That's way too expensive. Thibault at 5'3". He's a great defender, but right now the offensive game is not there for him. I don't want to play that price point for him. Seth Curry at 4'9". I think you can make the argument for a really, really good shooter. If we get 20-ish minutes from Seth Curry, potential value there. Don't mind Shake Milton. He kind of had a nice season last year. Dwight Howard, another good point per minute guy, but how many minutes do we get from him? Right, so another potential value play here with Howard. My best guess for some of these guys at the bench, I would say 10 to 15 or so, right? So Howard definitely playable. Again, we've seen some big games from him last year for the Lakers. Also, Kyle O'Quinn, another really, really good point per minute guy. It's just how many minutes does he get, right? So these are the type of guys we want to target if we know they're going to get minutes. Last year, let's see, how many minutes did O'Quinn get? He got 14 minutes. He had 2, 5, and 4. Again, I'm probably projecting around them for Dwight, for O'Quinn, 10 to 15 minutes. Potential value there. Again, they're really, really good point per minute guys. Other than that, I think that really wraps it up. Korkmaz is a guy that can get hot if you want to take a shot at him in GPPs, but again, relying on the three-pointer. All right. Let's move on to the Spurs and Houston. So we've seen both these teams so far. Let's take a look at the Spurs' minutes in the last game. So the minutes actually were higher than I thought. Rudy Gay played 26 minutes. Aldridge 25, DeJounte Murray 25, DeMar DeRozan 24. That is good news, right? If these Spurs starters are going to get 20, mid-20s, maybe even more, then they're very in play. Again, I was a little bit surprised how many minutes they played because it's Popovich. DeRozan at 7'5" is fine, but I think I like the price point a little bit better on a guy like Aldridge at 6'1". Reason being, plus the matchup too. Like Boogie Cousins, not a good defender. Wood, if he plays, not a good defender. So I think Aldridge, if we get like 25, maybe even 30 minutes, yeah, definitely in play here. So I actually do kind of like LaMarcus Aldridge there in the mid-range. DeJounte Murray, I think is a fine option too. No Derek White, no Keldon Johnson. So they're missing a couple pieces. And DeJounte Murray, he's a pretty high usage guy. In 25 minutes, he had 5.7 boards, 4 assists. He's a guy that can stuff the stat sheet. So another guy that is in play there at 6'4". Jakob Poeltl at 5'5". How many minutes did he play? He played 21 minutes. Another, pretty decent point per minute guy. Like a lot of these starters played more than I expected. So the Spurs are actually viable. Now, Patty Mills, he had a really, really good shooting day in 20 minutes at 24 real-life points. I'll pump the brakes. I'll let others chase. He shot the ball 9 of 16. I don't expect him to be, a main piece in this offense. He's a good role player, but we're not going to get mid-20, like 25 real-life points from Patty Mills again. Now, Lonnie Walker, one of the younger players, I do like his upside, kind of, coming on this year or, last couple of years, he's been turning it up. Did only play 13 minutes, though. So that surprised me a bit. I figured Lonnie Walker would be a guy that would play, maybe even the most minutes on the team. I would guess, 20 to 25, but only playing 13 minutes makes me a little bit more hesitant on him. And then everyone else that kind of spread out the minutes below that. I do want to mention Vassell, their rookie, and they took with the 11th pick. He actually got good run. He got 24 minutes, had 12.6 boards, 2 assists. So Vassell's a guy below 5K that is definitely in play for value. So, yeah, there's some good plays here on the Spurs. You got Vassell. Lonnie Walker, I'm going to pump the brakes on. A little bit worried about those minutes. Patty Mills, I don't expect him to shoot that well. But yeah, we have Aldridge in the mid-range. You have DeJounte Murray. If you want to go up to DeMar DeRozan, I don't mind it. Even Jakob Poeltl. So definitely some viable plays here for the Spurs. On the Houston side, well, looking like Harden is going to play in this one. Practice with the team on Monday. He will play in Tuesday's preseason game. Wood, I believe, is he already confirmed out? Has been ruled out for Tuesday's game. Okay. So let's take a look at the minutes. Again, this was without Harden. The minutes on these Rockets guys have not been great. They've been taking it easy on the main guys. Wall, 24. Boogie only played 17. Those are really the guys I have interest in. Eric Gordon played 17 as well. Guys like Clemens, Caboclo, with Harden now playing, I'm not as excited about maybe taking a shot on one of those guys. So really for me, it's the top guys for Houston. It's Harden. Depending on how many minutes he plays, right? This is his first game, so we'll see. They might take it easy. If we get news of, again, mid-20s minutes for Harden, then I really like him at 8.5K. Wall at 8.1, I would prefer Harden at a similar price, but definitely is in play, and he played 24 that last game. Boogie at 6.2 is a good point per minute guy, but they limited his minutes only 17. He crushed in the first game in 14 or 15 minutes. Only played 17, didn't have as good of a game. But again, we know he's a really, really good point per minute guy. And with no Wood, he still should get, I think, decent run. Hopefully the minutes go up on him a bit. So really, it's only the main guys for me in Houston. It's Harden, maybe Wall, maybe Cousins. Eric Gordon at 6K with Harden, Wall, and Boogie all healthy. I'm probably not going to go there. I'm not really interested in House or McLemore at their respective prices, or Green, or I'm not going to Tucker. So no one else really on Houston that I'm really considering. Again, guys like Clemens, Caboclo, I think the minutes go down on them, off the bench with, Tucker back. We have Harden back. So that's my thoughts there for Houston. On the Golden State side, let's take a look at how their minutes were distributed the last game. So Steph, 21 minutes. Kelly Oubre, 22 minutes. Looney played 18. Wiggins, 19. Eric Pascal played 23. That was the most. And then they were pretty spread out below that, right? Poole got 15. Bazemore, 18. Wanamaker, 19. Marquise Chris got 14. So Aldridge got 11. So that's not great, right? They played a lot of guys. Looks like 16, 17 guys that played for Golden State. Steph Curry at 7.3. Need to see him play a few more minutes. If he's only going to play about 20 minutes, not super interested. If we get 25 to 30, then things change. Also, the team they're playing, Sacramento, plays at a really fast pace, and they don't play a ton of defense. So if we get the news that the minutes are going to go up for Steph Curry, then I like him a good amount. Wiggins at 6'6", there's just no way I'm playing Wiggins over Steph Curry at a similar price. There's just no way. Kelly Oubre at 5'9" is a fine option in the mid-range. Again, he's going to have to step it up or play, a bigger role here with Klay Thompson out. In the last game, he had 10 points, 4 boards, 3 assists, 3 blocks, and 2 steals. A viable play, but would have wished he was a little bit cheaper, to be honest. Still no Draymond Green. Guys like Pascal, guys like Chris are in play 5'1" and 4'9" respectively. Chris is a good point per minute guy. Didn't have a good game last game. Pascal, again, played 23 minutes. He kind of is like a Draymond Green-esque. I think he actually is a decent value play at 5'1", especially if the minutes go up. So probably would prefer Pascal to Chris just because of the minutes, right? Pascal played 23, Marquise Chris only 14. So I think I would give the edge to Pascal there at a similar price. Bazemore at 4.8K. How many minutes did he get? He played 18 minutes. Again, he's the guy that can put the ball in the bucket, had a nice shooting day. Potential value there as well. Looney got a little bit more run than expected just because he's got a guy that's been dealing with a ton of injuries. He got 18 minutes. Like if we get 20 minutes like Kevon Looney at 4.7, yeah, that's a viable punt play as well. So there are some plays here for Golden State. Hopefully the Mets do go up. Again, I hope we will get clarity on this as well. But the matchup's good. Like the Sacramento does play at a really, really fast pace. So Steph is my favorite play at the top. I think in the mid-range, it's probably Pascal, but Oubre viable as well. Wiggins is not really someone I'm looking to. Very scoring dependent. And then, Bazemore, Looney, also viable, cheaper options. Lastly, let's finish up with Sacramento. So the Kings, again, they've been playing at a really fast pace, and the starters have been getting good minutes. 26 for Holmes. He fouled out in that game. 25 for Barnes, 22 for Bjelica, 26 for Hield, 25 for Fox. The rookie Halliburton got 30 that last game. That's good to see. Kyle Guy, another young guy, second year, 23 minutes, and then everyone else didn't play a ton. So the Kings in general, I like. Like De'Aaron Fox at 7-1, the price has come down. He's played mid-20s minutes in each of the first couple games. I think there's a chance the minutes go up, maybe into like the low 30 range. And again, if that's the case, I do like Fox a good amount. So, yeah, we have nothing definitive right now with any of the stars. That's why I'll have to keep an eye on news, and that's why it's important to follow me on Twitter. Again, I'll keep you guys updated, as well as check out the live stream where we'll go over all the news, answer all you guys' questions, kind of give you guys a core of what I'm looking for as well for this slate. Buddy Hield at 6'7". For me, I would rather get to Fox at a similar price. Buddy Hield a little bit more scoring dependent. He got hot in that first game. But again, kind of reliant on his shooting. I guess did have a kind of surprising stat line in that second game for Buddy Hield, 6.7 assists, 3 rebounds. And normally he is a little bit more scoring dependent. So that was a little weird. Whiteside, Bagley, I believe are both confirmed out. I don't think either are going to play. So, yeah, with both those guys being out, I like Richaun Holmes again for value. He's just an energy guy. He's getting mid-20s minutes. He's a guy that can get you some blocks, some steals. In that last game, he had 8 points, 4 boards. Or that was the first game. He had, let's see, what did he finish with in this game? 14 points, 5 boards, 2 assists. I think he had like a couple blocks or steals. Again, he's just that type of guy. So 4.8K, I like Richaun Holmes a good amount here for value. Now, Halliburton, the minutes went way up. Played 30 minutes that last game. The first game only 20. So if we're going to get like minutes around 30, then I have a lot more interest in the rookie. And he played good, right? He's filled up the stat sheet, 11 points, 7 assists, 6 boards. So I do have interest in Halliburton if we're going to see similar minutes. Below that, though, there's not a ton. Like Bjelica, that kind of limited the minutes. He's a guy that can get hot behind the three-point line. Not saying he's out of play, but I would probably rather get to Holmes, rather get to Halliburton at a similar price. And that's really it. I don't think, I guess you can consider Kyle Guy too at 4.6. Shooting guard usually is kind of weak on these slates. He got decent run. He played 23 minutes. So recap for the Kings, right? It's Fox at the top for me. I prefer him to Hield. Not saying Hield's out of play. Just Hield, again, at times more reliant on his scoring. Barnes, I'm not looking to in the mid-range. I'm not really looking at Glenn Robinson in the third either. The cheap guys I like a lot. Holmes is probably my favorite in this range, but also Halliburton due to the minutes, 30-plus minutes. I think Bjelica's fine. I think Kyle Guy's fine, but it's really against Holmes. It's Halliburton. It's Fox, the guys I like the most here for the Kings. But I think that's going to wrap it up for the video today, guys. So if you have been enjoying the content so far, I'd really appreciate it if you leave a like button on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you don't want to upload videos, you don't want to go live. For this slate, since it's only 3 games, I'll be live 30 minutes before lock. But again, I'll go over everything, go over all the news, answer any questions. So make sure to check out the live stream, guys. We had 600 viewers at last live stream. Insane. Thank you. I think we have a 50K up top tournament for the slate as well. So the tourneys are going up on DraftKings. A good amount of money to be made for the preseason. Thanks again. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow in the live stream.